Okay, I'm good to go this time. Hello and welcome to a very long awaited video. Welcome back to my channel for anybody who is a regular watcher of the 2-3 videos that I've got up. It's been a while, mostly because I've got a child and a wife that works. Yeah, so it's been a while, but this is my nerd room, or one corner of it. It's quite large. The bookshelf spans the entire length. Today I'm going to show you this lovely piece of kit that I have built from various bits and bobs. Mostly bought off the internet. I also have a second camera set up over here, which is from China and is quite cheap, so we'll see what the quality is like on that. But that is set up directly at my workspace, when I switch it on at least. That turns the light on and off. There we go, recording. So we'll see what sort of quality that has. So yes, this piece of kit is for dice casting specifically. As you can see here on that camera, I have a series of dice molds, all sort of rubberized silicone of some form. They're quite flexible, so you can pop the dice out. Basically, these are for the 7-piece D&D set: D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, D20 and D100. So I'm going to make some D&D dice, at least I'm going to try. I've done one test cast and it's sort of kind of worked. A few issues I had was the dice were still tacky when they came out. That's because presumably I didn't store this in a decent temperature, and this got fairly cold because I left it overnight in a workshop, which doesn't have any heating. So apparently cold equals tacky, so I'm going to leave it in the house overnight in the nerd room, and hopefully the dice won't be tacky, they'll actually dry solid. So today, test cast number 2 with this in a warm environment with less pressure. The first cast I did at 50 psi, this time I'm going to cast at 30 psi. But I'll just quickly show you this, go over what everything is, and then we'll pour some resin. So the basic premise behind this is, it's a pressure pipe. It's designed to hold 10 bar of pressure, which is about, I think, 145 psi, which is more than we'll need. I've put it on this wooden base with 2 struts just to make it easier for myself. The seal is at this end, so this is where we put our casts, which is why I've got them on this handy strip, so that I can fill them up and then just slide that in there. This is a union, which makes it a lot easier so that I don't have to reseal anything. This is just a union with an O-ring on. And at this end we have a valve, just so when it hits 30 psi I can close the valve, stop it from getting higher. I have a pressure gauge on here to tell me what psi it actually hits. And down here I have a safety valve set to 60 psi. As I said originally, I set it at 50. I wanted 50 psi pressure, so I thought the best set would be 60 because I'm never going to go higher than 50 on this. There's just no need. I did test it and left it for 24 hours with 51 psi in, and the next day it was still at 51 psi, so I don't have any leaks, which is good. Okay, so today I'm going to try a test cast number 2. Rather than going just plain clear casting, I think what I'll do is add some red powder, if you can see that there. It's a sort of, I think, a mica powder or something like that, which basically makes it look quite pearlescent if you swirl it about. So when it dries, hopefully it'll look quite cool. To add to that, I've also got some of this glow-in-the-dark powder. This is some form of cream or white, which I just got all over my fingers. That will make this red glow in the dark without changing the colour too much at least. It might make it slightly paler. So casting resin is not fun. And I have no goggles in here. No, I have no goggles. I do have gloves though, so as long as it doesn't splash up into my face, we should be okay. This is clear casting resin, and this is MEKP catalyst. This is the hardener. The instructions say 50 milliliters of resin for 1 milliliter of catalyst. However, off my last cast, these took about, I want to say 30 to 35 milliliters. So we're going to go on the safe side. We're going to say 35 milliliters for 0.7 milliliters of hardener. Okay, so that is quite nicely mixed. I'm not sure if you can see it from there. Okay, so time to get injecting. That's that. That is almost perfect. There's only a little bit of resin left in the bottom there. So that is measured out quite nicely. I have spilled it a little bit, but that's why I put the towel down. If I retrieve the resin chamber, or compression chamber I guess. My camera's died, so I probably need to plug it back in. And if I gently slide them in here, perfect. Okay, and put the end on. Without wobbling it too much. This is actually siliconed in place to hopefully prevent as much wobble as possible. Okay, and this is the fun part. This battery powered cordless compressor. If I just put this on the end here, open the valve and turn it on, okay, and we are at 31 psi right there. And now we leave this for 24 hours. I will make a full video unveiling said dice, cleaning them up and whatever, because you need to take the various bits off that are left on after casting. But it should be okay in here, in the warmth for a while. 24 hours, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.